Hey, it's the political brown kid here, and I'm giving y'all a treat. I'm making multiple videos and dropping them on the same day because, once again, I have nothing else better to do with my time. And also, just broke into my news feed when I woke up. I think that was Saturday morning, which was what, May 4th. Of course, that's Star Wars Day. I just saw a news article, but matter of fact, about several of them came in. I want to say last week or where but the one that came in yesterday on May the 4th it was a teacher, and of course it's white women. I tell you, I told you, can't trust these white women, boy. They get you every time, as they said in the movie Get Out. Alexander's character said that. Um, but they love to have intimate relations with students, these teachers. And this teacher, particularly, she was with a fifth grader. And I had to do the math in my head. I said, okay, well, kindergarten starts, you're 5 years old when you go to kindergarten. This kid had to be 11. So, and of course, the article confirmed it. The kid was 11. The teacher, and this teacher, I forget how old she was. She doesn't look that old. I want to say, was she 27? She may be a little older than that. But, of course, this white female teacher, she was having relations. I don't know if it was penetration involved, but there was apparently messages going back and forth. It was definitely an appropriate relationship. Definitely, I want to say, some kissing involved and some, I guess, love notes and things of that nature. And she would keep them after. Apparently, all of this was going on after school and during lunchtime. So obviously, she would make an excuse to put him on timeout to keep him in the building while the kids went outside and played so they could have the classroom to themselves. So she could tell him what his special part was for and give him an anatomy lesson, I guess. Um, Maybe that's a tasteless joke that I just made. If it was, hey, deal with it. But here's the thing. This teacher was also engaged to be married. She was supposed to get married, I think, in the summer, but like I think in June or July. Couple of months away from her wedding day, and she's carrying on with an 11-year-old. And apparently, I just got another update message in my news feed that basically, I guess now the fiance has come out and said that he's upset and he's canceled the date. No kidding. So wedding's off. Hopefully, she'll be given a go straight to jail card. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 because she should not. But again, this is like the third case that I've seen in at least in 2024. I think I can respectfully say that, and they've all been white female teachers having relations with young kids. And the reason why I'm bringing this up once again is because, like I said before, not to say that any of this is new under the sun, because there's nothing new under the sun. But once again, I've done videos before showing how women, with all of this feminism, have, and not even really just feminism, because today's version of feminism is not feminism. I think we can all agree, whether you believe in pro-life, whether you're pro-life or pro-choice, I'm not getting into that fight. But my thing is, I can get behind a woman, wanting to have laws or legislation protecting, what she does with her body. I can kind of get behind it. I can get behind, like abuse. But what they fail to realize is women abuse men just as much as men abuse women. The big difference between men and women when it comes to abuse is, you hear some women say, well, it wasn't that important because women can't hurt men. He wasn't hurt. I just saw Judge Judy. Judge Judy has a show on Amazon Prime called Judy Justice, and they showed a woman literally attacking a man, and then Judge Judy said, "You weren't hurt, though, right, sir? Sir, she really didn't hurt you." They downplayed it, but the bottom line is sometimes your pride is hurt, and I don't care what you want to say. If somebody hits you, I've been hit by 3-year-olds, and trust me, when a 3-year-old hits you with them little heavy hands, and of course they don't know the difference between how to strike something like a love tap and a punch, those kids haul off and just slap you or do whatever, and it hurts. It may only sting for like 3 seconds and it goes away, or maybe 10 seconds, but regardless, the pain is there. So you can't tell me that a grown woman hitting you does not hurt. That's a fallacy. There's no such thing as somebody striking you and it not hurting. I don't believe that. And Judge Judy downplays it, but the difference that I'm trying to get to is this. When men get hurt, we're just built different. Like men just treat things, because trust me, I go through it all the time. My kids will come to me and be like, "Oh, I think something doesn't feel right in my leg. I think I need to go to the emergency room." And I'm like, "Come on, man, really? You walking, aren't you? You'll be all right." That's most men will just tell you, we're not doing all that just for some, you feel a little pain. You're just going through some growing pains. You're going through growth spurts. We tell people deal with it and we'll see. If the pain persists, then I'll take you tomorrow. I'll take you next week if the pain lasts more than 5 days. That's just what men do. You fall down, and man says, "Get up, man. You all right. Ain't nothing wrong with you, boy. Or ain't nothing wrong with you, girl." That's what we do. But women take a different approach. You fall, and you can see it with the Jonathan Majors case. The police show up. This woman has a dislocated finger and a scratch, and he goes to jail. Now, if a man has a dislocated finger and a scratch, he'll be like, "Man, I'm all right." You know how many times you get your finger dislocated trying to catch a football or trying to catch a basketball? We move on. So what I'm saying is this. When it comes to abuse, it goes both ways. It's just that men don't really report it because it's no big deal. You just move past it. Women, they report it for whatever other reasons. I'm not a woman, so I can't explain it. And I'm not trying to minimize the pain, but I'm just trying to show you that abuse occurs with both sexes. So with this version of feminism, to get back on track, is they're not fighting for, because when you look at the statistical numbers, when you look at workloads and stuff, a lot of the women are just dropping out because then they realize, oh man, this promotion came with a lot of work. It came with a lot of responsibilities. And so sometimes some women back out, or they back their hours down. So that's why sometimes the pay looks different. And now I've already explained why the WNBA doesn't get paid similar to the NBA. It comes down to the NBA playing 82 games, packing stadiums and averaging 18,000 fans per night in 82 games, and they have a bigger television audience. Whereas they have 32 teams, whereas the WNBA, I think, has 16 teams. They play 36 games, and they have on average 5,000 fans in the seats. And I want to say the average ticket sales for their games is $46. The average cost per seat is $46. And in the NBA, the average cost per seat is, I think, like $95. So it's the numbers. You can do the numbers the same way and say, well, why is Eminem the biggest selling rap artist when obviously Nas is better? And you can make those claims. You can make the claim, I hate to mention that other dude, but everybody seems to like him, Mr. Marcy Project's finest. But it just comes down to who people favor and who people back. You don't hear them complaining about equal pay. And you don't hear about men complaining about equal pay on OnlyFans or in strip clubs. So women need to get over some of those things. But like I said, feminism, this version of feminism has gotten out of control, and it has created a monster where you see women bragging online about the nasty things that they do. I just saw a video the other day. This woman bragged about her boyfriend falling asleep. If you can find it on YouTube, it's on YouTube. I don't know what you have to Google to find it. This woman bragged. This is a white woman, once again, white woman. She bragged about when her boyfriend went to sleep, she left out and had relations with her ex in a car. I do believe it was in a car, unprotected. Allowed him to climax inside of her, and she went back, got with her boyfriend. He woke up, they had relations, and she allowed him to perform oral on her and taste this man's fluids. And I hate to be this nasty and graphic, but that is the reality of just nastiness in women going online and with this new feminism that says we no longer shame women, we allow women to do just as nasty things as men do, and we're not going to shame them for it. We're going to celebrate them for it. You have this type of nasty behavior. You have twerking in the streets. You have senators twerking on beaches. And you have women trying to play football. I just did a video on that one. Go check that one out. Got women looking like linebackers and offensive linemen in pads. Women are just getting hyper aggressive. They want to box. They want an MMA fight. They just want to do it all. And it's kind of like, well, how am I as a man? The only way I can be more aggressive as her is to really pick her up and Hulk Hogan body slam her and do a Jimmy Superfly snook off the top ropes. That's the only way that she will view and respect you as a man. If she gets more and more masculine and aggressive, that's the only thing that she's going to respect. And I hate to say that, but it seems like that's the way society is moving. And then you got these women, more and more, you see inappropriate relations on the job. I'm not going to point to, you got some of those in the news. You got some you got some lawyers. I'm not going to mention their names. They're fighting trials, and they're having inappropriate relations with and harassing men on the job. You got women doing this with teachers, and they've been doing this for a long time too, in getting with kids, but you see it more and more and more. So at some point in time, we have to say, when do we kind of rein this stuff in? And you see, and unfortunately, you see why some countries have the strict laws that they have, because they're trying to keep their society in order. But America wants to allow people to do whatever they want to do, and thus you have this society that you have today. So, ladies, I'm trying to talk to y'all, but I know probably not too many women watch my channel, but this is what you're getting. You can't, at some point in time, you have to say enough is enough. I mean, thank God Cardi B just came out. Man, let's talk about that. This woman, nasty woman, black female. So, I talked about white females, so don't say I'm picking on black females. Black female on some show, I guess it was called 20v1, and it was some rapper, and apparently this rapper has had relations with another dude before, I guess in his past. I don't know if he goes both ways or what, but apparently she was talking to him, and they just showed the clip. I forgot the brother who did the video on it. I want to say it was O'Shea Duke Jackson. He did one on it, and shout out to O'Shea, and thanks for bringing it to my attention. But this black female want to tell him, yeah, I got that good, I guess they call it guac. I don't know. These young people, these stupid terms. Maybe I'm just too old. I'm 45. I'm just too old for this stuff. They call it guac. And she told him, I got the good stuff. And then he was like, you for real? She was like, I can show you. And they went into the bathroom, the public restroom in this studio. And she performed oral on him to show him how good her game was. Her oral game is. And you just met this man. And thank God for Cardi B. And I know Cardi B has, she's, we all have dumb moves. People think when I criticize people that I'm absolute. And the one thing I'm not is absolute. If you do something dumb, I criticize you. Because I criticized Dave Chappelle one time and somebody said you hate Dave Chappelle. I said, no, I hate some of the things he does. And when you do something dumb, I criticize it. When you do something great, I praise it. And of course, I do dumb stuff every day. Every day I do something stupid. We all do. And then every day we do something magnificent that probably redeems the dumbness that we've done. And so Cardi B has made her contributions to some of this foolishness. We have to admit that. But obviously Cardi B, probably now being a mother, is evolving. Or at least she's coming forward and calling out bad behavior. And she's done this on several occasions. I like seeing the one time of her cleaning her bathroom. And I'm glad Offset filmed it. She's showing that, hey, look, I can be domesticated. And I'm not above, even though with my money, my fame, and even with my looks, if you consider her, because, every woman considers themselves a 10, I'm still not above doing domestic work around the house. So I love that video. But I definitely love the video that she just made where she said that we need to bring shaming back. And thankfully, if it comes from more women, because obviously when the men are doing it, when it's coming from people like Kevin Samuels, when it's coming from people like O'Shea Du Jackson, when it comes from Fresh and Fit, when it comes from a Media Man, I think his name is Media Man. I like his channel too. When it comes from Mediocre Tutorials Review, when it comes from us, women probably aren't receptive to it because it's coming from a man. And then sometimes too, our tone, men's tone, we have, maybe it's our testosterone, maybe, we're just a little bit more abrasive and direct. So maybe it's our tone that doesn't come across right. So when you have people like Melanie King, when you have people, and regardless of how people feel about Melanie and these people I'm naming, when you have people like Six the Goddess, Crimson Cure, Dee Dee, Danica, when you have those individuals speaking, and now you have Cardi B, maybe it'll become more receptive for women. But I know black women will listen if a white man says it. If the white man comes out and denounces it, then of course black women are gonna fall in line because I'm seeing the ridiculous videos of how they just fall over white men. But this is just insane of how women's behavior is going, and they're just now just loving to abuse kids in school at 11 years of age. Totally ridiculous. But this has just been my perspective on this video, and just kind of this behavior and us trying to allow with this new age. I don't even consider this feminism. This is toxic feminism. This is not even feminism. They're disguising it as feminism. I don't even know what to call it, but this is probably misandry, maybe, if you want to call it anything. This is just ridiculous behavior that, when you remove accountability, when you remove shaming, you allow women to do things like this where they're taking advantage of kids in school. And, but thankfully, hopefully the justice system will hold her to something. But we all know how the justice system works. When a male teacher does something to a female student, he groomed her and he's going to get 20 years. When a female teacher does something, and hopefully she's better hope she gets pregnant, because then the court just says, oh, well, she's a pregnant woman. She's carrying little Tommy's baby. We can't send her to jail. We'll give her 6 months and then put her on probation. That's what they do for women. But they need to start giving these women time. Let them sit in jail and think about it. Well, this is the Political Brown Kid. Hit the like button. I definitely need more subscribers. Definitely could do that. You see, I got a little struggle channel. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out.